Yes, that's right. That's right.
But look for me, like I said, I may get feminine.
You know that's the time to come on and get our fans in there. Everybody
I'm
coming
saying.
out.
But I have none packed.
Oh yes.
So
that's right.
you know, this is
Well, be you,
the travel
Grand.
thing.
Be you, because you're beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Bless you. Thank you.
You too, my brother.
All right, take care.
That's right. That's right. Don't forget the brother.
All right, Grand.
Yeah, I have talked to some beautiful queen mamas out here today. That's been my gift. And sometimes it comes, in other ways other than the money.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, that's what I was saying with one sister, you have to learn to see your rewards in other ways and just really be thankful for just those kind of conversations and exchange of good energy, that's building community right there. And truly I miss that, because that's how we used to be all the time, just always interactive with each other. And it's been interesting out here. I've been meaning, how you doing, young brother? Making it a point to speak to just about everybody, just to see this because that's how I am anyway, but I also like to observe the responses and see, just how most people aren't used to people speaking to them anymore, especially in the northern cities. Down south, it lasted a lot longer, but even now, it's not like it used to be. So I feel like in being active, we have to be that in everything we do. If we're talking about we're going to build community, we have to do it in every opportunity that we can, even if it's just speaking and smiling and having a good conversation with our community. That's building. Mm-hmm. And so all those little steps are important. And that's what we are about at the Sekhi Arts Temple. Bringing back the community, bringing back the strength in ourselves and who we really are. And of course, in promoting health and wellness and in living in the ways of our great and glorious ancient African ancestors.
So how long have you been practicing?
I have been a healer all of my life. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, how y'all doing today? My mother used to always ask me, how come you gotta always be helping your friends? How come all the friends that you have are so needy and you the one who come to save them? And at the time, of course, I didn't realize what it was, but through the years, it made sense. People who are healers, it's an energy that you're born with. It's not necessarily something that you can grow into. You have to have it when you come back here. And then, of course, it's up to you how you choose to refine and develop it. So on my path, I began, I would say 22 years ago. How you all doing?
Okay.
And really restoring my own memory. So I was put on a quest to seek the truth. I was introduced to different spiritual systems as a child, the Jehovah's Witness, Muslims, as well as Christians of different denominations. And so I was blessed to have an open mindset of the Creator, and I understood that these people had their way and they thought they were right. These people think they right. These people think they right, but it just made sense to me that they were right in their own ways, and you didn't have to necessarily choose, but you have to choose a belief, but it can be kind of open. You can be flexible with it. So on my path, I've been working to really refine my own skills. I started doing Reiki in the year 2000 officially. And my teacher, Sekhi, he actually attuned me to level 1, 2, and 3 in one weekend. So I was actually supposed to just be doing the level 1 and 2, but he said that he was guided to give me all 3 attunements and the information to share, because he said I already had it and it was for him to do that. The brother was a student of the Kemetic sciences, so he gave me Tibetan Reiki, Boda Vista Reiki, they called it. And he also gave me some of his own Kemetic teachings as well. So when I got the practice, I had a very challenging time in remembering the Asian symbols. And I have a photographic memory. And so I began to say to myself, now how come I can't seem to remember these Asian symbols? And the spirit guides began to really just share with me that they weren't for me to use, and that I really needed to work. How you all doing?
I'm sorry.
That I really needed to work to restore what we know as Reiki to its original form, because we know that all healing sciences, all the sciences come from ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt. And so through the years, that information has been kept in some forms in different parts of the world, but the original form of it was also left and recorded on the walls of the pyramids and the pyramid texts. So it's just been a matter of bringing that information forth, and then also channeling to see how it all works together. So we've been doing the Raseki Kemetic Reiki since 2007. We actually did start teaching classes right here in Chicago. And so it's a blessing to be here doing our first book signing about 6 years later. About 6 years later, we've come forth. Well, actually, the book was published in 2012. So it took me about 5 years to come forth with the book. But the charge that was given to me is to restore the energy healing system to its original state as much as I could, and to share it with our community, because our people need the energy healing specifically, and with our own mantras, our own words, our own spirit guides, our own techniques, and our own symbols, because they will work specifically for us because they are from us. And so we've been doing it now almost 6 years.
So, Sekhi, what does it mean, or Ashiki?
Sekhi or Sekhi.
Okay.
You know, it's tomato, depending on where you come from, what tribe you're from. That dictates how you pronounce words. It's all good. So Sekhi actually speaks to the energy of Ra and Ra'et that we work with. And we know that there's energy all around us. But in this practice, we consciously use that energy in our healing work, because we can't just draw from our own personal energy. We also consciously use our personal energy, which is called Sekhi. And so the Sekhi comes from that aspect, the Sekhi, as well as the Ki and the Chi. The energy of it itself is all connected. And so that's where the name of it came from. When I was told to do the practice, it just came through like that, to call it Raseki, just very clearly.
So do you work with the Kemetic oracles or anything like that as well?
We do, yes.
That's great.
We work with Kemetic oracles. So Raseki, through the years, has come into being a overall healing system where we can work to heal ourselves in level 1. Level 2 actually focuses on working on others as a practitioner. And then we also have a level 3, which is the master teacher level for those who want to share this energy healing system with others. And then we also have a level 4, which is the healer, priest, or priestess level. And so that is for ones who really want to work with spirit on a higher level. And in that place, we do divination, invocations, and a lot of other really, really more intense metaphysical, definitely spiritual, all African-centered work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to get this interview with you, since I'm going to be going to Kenya next month. I would like to teach. I've been teaching them some Qigong and meditation from the African perspective, and it's weird from being born here, going back there, teaching them something where they've lost roots due to a lot of the westernization that's starting to come about.
Yeah.
And actually they're taking to the teachings very well. Even the understanding of becoming that we are divine beings and etc. versus the whole thing behind majority of people are Christians.
Right.
So I'm grateful to have this talk with you, and in the future I would actually, if you get a chance, to video some sessions of what you're doing, and hopefully to show others on the continent that the tradition is still being kept even more stronger than some of the things that they're practicing over there as well.
Yes. And it's ironic that we are continuing the culture on this side, but then it's also part of the prophecy, because our ancestors knew that things were going to be changing, and they actually sent some of us over here so that we could keep the culture. And it is connected. We actually had a brother to come to our last retreat who was from Nigeria, and he is a Babalawo. And when I get people from the continent to come to my classes, I'm like, ooh, this is a test for me. But they always say they learn a lot. And so I'm blessed and thankful for that, because it has come back around a little bit differently than the way things are being practiced over there at this time. So the Baba had a lot to share, but he also received a lot. And it was a true blessing to have that interaction, with someone from the continent, because that energy is so strong. And just like you said, they could pick it up like this because it's already so deeply inbred in us, and especially those who are on that land, I would like to think,
Oh yeah, it's definitely, and from my experiences, a lot of people here say, they don't like us over there, black people here, there, and it's all hype.
Definitely.
It's a thing that's causing us to fear to travel the world and to see these things that we actually pioneer. We pioneer the discovery of them, and some of these territories have a lot of energy type of qualities as well that we've been removed from. So we can't really connect to the earth or to our divine, because we are stuck in a plastic, urban type of culture.
Oh, no,
Oh, gosh.
You made it.
Okay, yeah, I made it.
This
This
is
is my
TikTok
youngest
talk.
daughter. She's
Right.
to meet you.
You gonna take a
She's
moment.
being interviewed.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you
Nice to
too.
meet you.
You guys can talk. I can cut.
Okay. Yes, this is one of our teachers, actually, Mama Brenda. I was just talking about Baba Kaya Day coming to the retreat, and how he blessed us, but yet also received, and that
Yes,
that was
yes.
such a good feeling.
Oh, yeah. He's still doing the raw.
Yeah, that's
This
all
is
right.
the bookstore.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Let me go ahead and
Go
check it
ahead
out.
and check it out.
Okay,
Definitely.
okay.
They
Okay.
got some good stuff. All right. I could just let her tip by. She's such a beautiful spirit. I love Mama Brenda. So, excuse me. And what were you saying?
Well, we were talking about how we've been removed from a certain type
Okay,
of
right.
environments, and how we've become disconnected
Mm-hmm.
from just culture, nature,
Mm-hmm.
things, cosmology, things
Right.
of that nature.
Yes, we have been disconnected, and it was an intentional disconnect. And so that's what makes it, I would say, even slower for us to come back to ourselves. But that's something that's inevitable, because we are who we are. And despite all of these masks and other things that we want to put on ourselves, at some point, the true self comes forward, at some point in one's soul lifetime. It might not be in this physical lifetime. Come on, that's okay. But that to me is really part of what keeps me going, is knowing that no matter how hard people try, they would never really kill our culture. It's not going anywhere because it's the basis for everything that's here. Even Chicago, you know, they could put all these new buildings, but still our ancestors helped to build these old buildings, and that spirit and energy will be there no matter how much more new stuff they put over top of it. It's the same thing with the spirit. No matter how much more stuff we take on, our core and our essence will always be what it is. Now that does also speak to the fact that we have different families and different tribes, and we do know that those who were of a priestly and healing nature, they come from tribes and families who were like that. Those who were scholars and the griots, you know, they had certain, well, we had griots in each family, but we had certain ones who did research, more science and scholarly type things. That was a certain family clan. Those who were making shoes or dealing with the metal and the irons and stuff, those were family clans. So as we work to restore ourselves, we have to also understand who we really are and our connections with our ancestors and the work that we were doing and how it's connected to the spiritual world. So like for instance, those who were working with the metals were also working with Ogun and Herukuti type energies. And so all of that that's why we call it holistic, because it's a whole lifestyle. It's not just this part, you know, it's everything that has to be restored for that balance to come forth. And so that's another thing that we really promote in our Sekhi practice in the temple overall and to the community overall is the restoration of Ma'at. Our people just kind of like forgot, but we have always been the most spiritual, the most moral, you know, really high nature, high vibrating people. And so we've come away from that, but that is still a part of us. And when we remember, when we see those laws and we say them, we repeat them over and over, it wakes that part of us up again. And so we can remember and we can share it with our children so that our next generations will not just be walking around talking about nigga this and nigga that, but they'll know about my art. You know, that's up to us and what we do. And so that's why I choose to put my energy towards pushing that, because that's what I want to see happen, not only with my children, but with their friends, you know. I know I got all off the subject.
No. This is perfect. I love your energy. I want to capture as much as possible, even if you speak to people going past.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's pretty much all I have. Is there something you want, like a website, Facebook, you want people to know when they see this video, how to get in contact with you and what's coming up next and etc.?
Yes, definitely. Our website is www.rasekhihealing.com.
Spell it out.
RASEKHIHEALING.com. We also have a YouTube, and it's the Sekhi Arts Temple. So it's YouTube/Sekhi Arts Temple. We have another web store that is it's natural.weebly. It's natural11.weebly.com. And we
what?
Weebly. Excuse me. So it's ITSNATURAL number 11 dot Weebly is WEEBLY.com.
Okay.
My email address is rasekhitemple@gmail.com. And I also we have a Facebook page, and it's the Sekhi Arts Temple at Facebook. So definitely, I would love for anyone to reach out to us who is interested in doing some healing work or interested in just learning more about what we're doing. We do have a vision to build a healing compound, so that's something that we're working towards actively. You don't want to be on the camera? He said that he wanted some people to come.
I didn't know if you wanted me in your shot like that, because I know you're trying to do your thing.
Oh, no,
right
it's
now.
up. This is actually one of my beautiful Sacred Woman sisters from Chicago. When I was here last, I had 2 Sacred Woman groups that I facilitated, and some beautiful, beautiful sisters came
Yes.
and Sister Aya is one of them. She's a healer here in Chicago, and also just a good, she's like my little sister. My little Virgo sister. She's a powerful little sister too. Definitely. Strong healer. Yeah, so it's good to see you. I'm glad you came.
To see
You
this.
said Virgo?
Yes.
So 7.
Virgo.
Is that, oh yeah. Yeah, that Mercury. Check it out.
Virgo.
You look so pretty.
Thank you. I wanted to look nice for you.
Oh, go ahead. You're always pretty. You're so
Look, I
funny.
have to look nice for my sister.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, you put a lot of work into this.
Yeah. The first one is definitely did put a lot of work. She said we put a lot of work into the book. Yes, we did. That first book had to come through. It was actually a little bit overdue. I was supposed to get it done before I got it done. So when it came time to do it, I just really went with it real strong.
I can just tell by the
And,
setup and everything, you know.
Yeah, the energy came forth. You know, the spirit guides and the ancestors, they really want us to wake up. They are like right here, like, come on, y'all, come on. That's how I feel them. And
They
so,
told me too. That's why I told you I was doing what I was doing. I was like, okay.
if you open to hear, she said they on her too. And if you're open to hear, they're just gonna come because so many people are not open. So when they find someone who is, it's like, oh yes, yes, she can hear us. But we all can, and that's a part of what we do too, is in working with our energy. You know, our people used to be able to fly. We used to be able to project ourselves to different lifetimes, to the past, to the future, and even speak without using our mouths, and all of these things we were able to do. And so, you know, what's stopping us from doing those things again? It's only us. Once we get used to working with energy and doing the Tai Chi and building up and cultivating our Sekhi, our Chi, we could do anything. I'm a witness to that. I have done some astral travels and a few more things. Definitely healing. You know, I've seen some beautiful miracles come forth in our healing work, and our students as well. It's really a beautiful thing to hear the stories of people being relieved from pain or mental stress and pressure, or even, you know, my sister had lymphoma, and I helped to put it in remission at one point. So it's really unlimited what you can do when you learn how to work with energy. And so that would be the main message that I want our people to know. The power is in our hands. What we choose to do with our time and our energy, that will reflect what we have in our lives and the world that we leave for those who come after us. So choose wisely. Our great ancestors, before they did things, they would always consider that their decisions were affecting themselves, those who came before them, and those before them, and those who came after them. So if we remember to think in those terms and to make better choices, we could turn things around really quickly. We really could.
Okay, thank you for everything, and have I hope you have a beautiful 2 classes tomorrow and a safe journey home.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and an honor. You know, I love your posts, so yes, thank you for all you're doing, brother. Peace and blessings.